Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's edition of Financial Focus, where we dive into the latest updates and insights shaping the financial landscape. I'm your host Pawan, and together we will navigate the dynamic world of finance on this insightful journey for October 10th, 2023. So let's begin. So the first story, Goldman Sachs, a very renowned global institution and rating agency, they have come up with a report where they're emphasizing that the private investment is imperative for India's growth story. So we have seen that uh, how the fiscal deficit is going up. Government is trying to maintain it, but the fiscal deficit is going up. Also, the slowdown in other economies is affecting India's exports. So, Goldman Sachs, basically, they are saying that due to the government trying to bring down the fiscal deficit and the likelihood of the subsidies bill going up, public capex is going to suffer. So, till now, the India's growth story is more kind of a domestic consumption story where the people are consuming, and largely it has been unaffected by global trends. But if the power if the government is not able to spend much, that the public capex is coming down, it will hamper the global domestic consumption also, and that may bring down the GDP. The same is pointed out by other research houses and the global rating agencies also, that we need to maintain lower inflation, otherwise it can hamper our domestic prospects. So now, if the public capex may come down, what will happen? Now the private capex has to pick up to balance the situation. If India want to maintain the current GDP momentum, then private capex has to come up. And there is an opportunity also for the private capex, because India is opening its defense sector, the infrastructure sector, for private investment also. The China Plus One strategy, where all the global companies, they are realigning their supply chains and diversifying. Along with China also, they are planning to maintain another country where in case of any disruptions, their supply chains are not affected. So this also provides private capex avenues where the private companies can step in, and this is important. The private capex is important so that the GDP growth is maintained. Moving on to another news, India's unemployment rate fell. Urban unemployment rate fell to 6.6% in April to June. This survey has been published by our government and under periodic labor force survey. It was launched in 2018 and 19. For any survey and reading to its result, you should read the methodology. You should read the methodology which the survey uses. So this survey uses a methodology where it, as per its definition, it uses current weekly status, that is CWS. What is this CWS? So it thinks a person is unemployed if they worked for at least 1 hour. You can imagine 1 hour on any day during the last 7 days. So for a normal person, employment is if he is able to sustain himself with the work he is doing. He can able to give a good life to his family. But you can imagine this survey is considering a person is as employed if he has worked on 1 day on any day in 7 years, so 7 days. So if in a week he has worked for 1 hour also, he will be considered employed. But that will not be enough to get enough money for him and his family. So we should take this survey with a pinch of salt. Now the next very important news, the Nobel Peace Prize 2023 in economics has been awarded to Miss Claudia Goldwyn. So Who is this Miss Claudia Goldwyn? She is a researcher and economist. She specializes in women's labor market outcomes. Her research, which has been awarded, mainly focuses on female labor force, gender gap in earnings, income inequality, technological change, education, and migration. So this prize has been given by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences. Many people think that the Nobel Peace Prize in economics is not a Nobel Prize, uh, and it is true to quite an extent. Normally, this Nobel prizes are given by uh, Norwegian Nobel Committee, and but this Nobel Prize for economics is given by Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences. Originally, originally the Nobel Prizes uh, the Nobel Prizes instituted were five. They were set out in 1895 by the will of Mr. Alfred Nobel, who discovered dynamite also. The original five prizes are in the fields of physics, chemistry, psychology or medicine, literature, and peace. This prize for economics was added in 1968, more than after 70 years after the Nobel Prizes were started. Nobel Foundation officially says that the prize in economics is not a Nobel Prize. It is technically not a Nobel Prize, but normally it is identified along with the Nobel Prizes. So people know, in general terms, call them a Nobel Prize for economics. So Miss Gladius is the only the third woman to win the prize. Earlier, Mr. Eleanor Ostrom in 2019, third woman to win the prizes. I'm sorry, Eleanor Ostrom won the prize in 2009. Esther Duflo in 2019. So this was all about Nobel Prize on economics. Moving on to banking, finance, and capital market news. SDFC Bank is trying to come back to India. It is betting big on India's fast-growing private banking business. Now, the private banking business is a specialized banking services provided to high net worth individuals. So, HSBC had exited this space 8 years ago. Now they are trying to come back. They have sensed the opportunity here. Mr. Hitendra Dave, who is the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of the HSBC's India arm, he held a meeting with top 100 customers of the bank in Singapore, along with the local customers there, and they're trying to woo in uh, uh, those high net worth individuals into the HSBC arms once again. So uh, HSBC offers the first class top of the line services in the country, and they're trying to bring back the high net worth individuals into their cap. Now, the news: India has got fifth set of Swiss bank account details under the automatic info exchange framework. What is the automatic info exchange framework? Earlier, the Swiss banks they were not sharing their account details, the customer details to any agency, and it was one of the main pillars of their banking systems. Where because of this only, people from all over the world they started depositing money into the Swiss banks. Now, after the 9/11, America pressurized Swiss banks to share the information because the money trail for the terrorists were emanating from the Swiss banks. The similar way, other countries also pressurized. India and Switzerland entered into an automatic tax-related information sharing agreement from January 1st, 2018. India received the first set of information in September 2019. Since then, it has received four sets, and the fifth set it has received last month. Those Swiss bank is sharing the account details and other information of the account holders. It is not sharing the account balances. So, uh, there is a cash there. So we are getting the details, but not the balances. in this fifth tranche, they have shared nearly 36 lakh financial accounts. So you can imagine, in one batch only, we are getting 36 lakh financial accounts. So how many people has is maintaining their how many people are maintaining their accounts with Swiss Bank and holding their black money? So government should investigate and bring those people to books. Uh, uh, in the next news, RBI, in its latest monetary policy report, has stated that the foreign banks are staying away from the domestic loans. Understandably, the foreign banks, they are mostly dealing with the multinational companies who have presence in India and large conglomerates and corporates. So the domestic offtake for these companies are very less, and these companies also are using mainly this foreign banks exposures to maintain and use in uh, foreign transactions. So that is understandable, but they should increase their domestic loan footprint also. Uh, Dover has been working to uh, Dover has been working to bring all this operation under one cloud, and now it has become the first Indian FMCG company to complete the cloud migration. Now, this will bring more synergies to this to the company, and will automatically improve the efficiency and reduce the cost also. So this transition is expected to amplify services to retailers, partners, employees, and most importantly, consumers. So Tower is also trying to ensure a 360-degree oversight across all its operations, gaining heightened efficiency, transparency, and agility. So good news for Dabur. Let's see how they are planning to utilize their cloud services. Now, Fitch has upgraded Tata Steel. In recent time, we have seen many upgrades for Tata Steel and the Tata Group also from different rating agency. Now, Fitch has upgraded Tata Steel rating from BB plus to triple B minus. Also, the rating agency has maintained a stable outlook. So, this will reduce the financing cost for Tata Steel. Tata Steel Limited standalone credit profile has also been upgraded recently from BB to BB plus. So that standalone credit profile upgrade has affected these upgrades. Tata still has been working, and it's a global company now. We should not just see it as an Indian company. They are now shifting towards replacing blast furnaces with more cost-effective and environmentally friendly electric arc furnaces. It is a new technology, and they are trying to reduce their dependence on blast furnaces, which is expected to enhance the cost competitiveness of its UK operation. So the rating agency has noted those steps and upgraded their ratings. Now moving on to regulatory news, the Election Commission of India, through Chief Election Commissioner Mr. Rajiv Kumar, has announced the state elections for Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Mizoram. They are going to poll from November 7th to November 30th in different phases, and the results will be out on December 3rd. So almost 1/6 of India's voters will be voting for their state legislatures. This will also be seen as the semi-finals to the next general elections, which are going to be held next year. So these were the main of banking and financial news for today. I hope this news will be helpful to all our viewers. As we conclude this edition of Financial Focus, remember that staying informed is the key to financial success. Thank you for joining us today. Stay tuned, stay informed, and we'll catch you next time on Financial Focus. I am your host, Pawan, signing off. See you tomorrow.